information chart where you go from the top. So like the first one is bilabial, positive, and it's voiceless. The voiceless ones are the first ones, like the ones in the front, and the voiced are in the back.
Yeah, because the charts don't say whether it's voice or voiceless. I remember in a TESOL class it did have it like that with the letter with those labels and then saying it's voice or voiceless. But these little charts don't say it, so I was kind of confused. Is it like a voice or voiceless?
The TESOL charts help as well for this.
Yeah.
But you can use that or this if it doesn't.
Yeah, the way this chart made it kind of confusing to know which is voice or voiceless.
Yeah, the voiceless ones are the front ones, and the voice is through the back.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so for number 28, it's voiceless alveolar plosive. So that would be which one?
Voiceless. Oops. The T, and it was over the D. It was the D. Letter D, and it's the T sound.
So do you understand like how to use it now?
Yeah, I think a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Maybe here, let me see if that's it.
Yes.
Okay, so what is alveolar nasal?
Nasal. The nasal one, and the N sound, the first sound.
Yeah. What about a voiceless velar plosive?
That little K right there in the K.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like you know how to read it now. You should be fine with that one. Dan.
Yeah.
Did you want to go over some more of the chart, or are you okay with that one?
I think I'm good with the chart. And then just about the definitions, I think I'm good with that. And this. 35. Okay, I think with the dairies part is that part I would need to. This is the dairies is the second chapter, right?
Mhm.
Two. Mm. Oh, and then I think there's like part 6 about that part. If it's grammatically correct or nonsense or meaningful, that part I think I kind of struggled with too. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that part. I got only one. I answered only 2, and then that number 45 I got right only, and then the first one is wrong. It's A. No, yeah. The first one is A. Second one C is right, and then the third one is B, D, C. Okay. This is B, C. Yeah.
Do you know why those answers?
The first one I chose was kind of grim. Um, yeah, not really.
Okay. So it's A, grammatically correct but nonsense. The toy wrote a day to the baby. So a grammatically correct sentence is basically uh, a subject verb, or let me see.
Is it the SVO, something like that, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so it's basically like a subject and a verb.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah, and then I only got that second one right.
Okay, so let's go back to so it's grammatically correct because it has a subject, which is a toy.
Yes.
And the verb is wrote. And then there's an action after that, which is like wrote. I mean, there's more detail after that, which is a day to the baby. That's grammatically correct, but doesn't make sense because how can a toy write a day? Number 45, it's grammatically correct and meaningful. And the child is painting a picture in crayons. That's kind of, it just makes sense. It has meaning to it. It has the message that it's communicating across. And then B is grammatically incorrect and nonsensical, which is books bring with soup travel. Books bring with soup travel. So it doesn't make sense at all. But also there's I feel like there's two verbs, bring and travel,
Yes.
and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does not make sense. Yes.
And there's two verbs in it, two actions.
Mm-hmm.
So if it said books brings soup, then it would be grammatically correct, but doesn't make sense. But since it says books brings with soup travel, there's like too many verbs in there for it to be grammatically correct.
Mm-hmm.
47, it says baby Jim crying want book. Grammatically incorrect but meaningful. It makes sense because it's communicating across the message that baby Jim is crying because he wants a book,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not grammatically correct because it's missing something in it for it to make sense, to make it make sense to at least us adults.
Yes.
And then the word child enjoy stories, read to them. Or read, child enjoy stories read to them. That one makes sense. And that one makes sense. Does that make a little bit more sense?
Yeah, but so what's that number 48? When the kind of see it again, it seems like it seems kind of like the grammar wise kind of correct and at the same time kind of like not really correct the way it have it kind of. But I think I do see their meaningness, the meaning of it, but sometimes somehow it kind of like it can seem like it's not correct and correct at the same time with the grammar part. Yeah, for that sentence.
Children enjoy stories read to them. I mean, I think because read can be read as read or read.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see why that was tricky.
Yeah, I think that's also a question that my classmates had. It was that one, was that number 48.
I think she's not trying to trick you.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you read it as children enjoy stories, read to them, you're kind of gonna self-correct yourself to say children enjoy stories read to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then she wouldn't have, I feel like she wouldn't have put that in there if it was supposed to trick you. Because you're gonna take a next course after
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
one,
Uh-huh.
this one, and I feel like she wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that one kind of look kind of both, it can be both ways in some ways ish with that one. With that one word.
Yeah. But does that make more sense? You just kind of have to break it down a little bit.
Yeah. Hmm. And then I think I didn't. These so-called these second question, second language and foreign language. Let's see. That's the so-called same question again that you repeated this question again, but with the other one. I think it was. Wait, second one. Yeah, she repeated that one question twice. There's some of these questions are repeated in this chart. In this note paper review. When I just did this 39, I got that one incorrect. It was apparently D. Same as the bonus. I got that wrong. For 39. That one right. Got that one wrong. Okay.
So, do you know the
Yes.
difference between second language and foreign language?
Well, for that one, the foreign language is so cool, like the language they're learning in the classroom with the teacher, or in the that language class. Is it correct?
So you're on the right track. So a foreign language is the language that they're learning, but it's not the main language that's spoken in that country. So let's say I'm in the United States, the main language here is English. And then I start to learn Italian. That would be a foreign language because I'm not going to use Italian in the United States as often as I would in Italy. And then second language is when, let's say, someone speaks only Spanish in the United States and they learn English.
Yes.
That would become their second language because they're going to use English as much as they are going to use Spanish in America, in the United States.
Yeah, okay.
So if you're learning the home language of that country, then it's a second language. If you're learning a different language that's not the home language of the country, it's a foreign language.
Okay, yes.
That makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, okay, yes. For that.
Okay. So then for number 39, a second language differs from a foreign language is that a second language is spoken at birth and also taught in school. That's not correct.
Yeah, it was D. It was D. This was a bonus one too. It was that she repeated this question. So it's the D. Yeah, it's D.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, when I looked at it, I thought she was talking about the foreign language, not the second language. So that's why I chose that one. I think that's why.
Oh, okay.
When I saw it, I thought it was the other one, the foreign language part. That's why I think I chose the letter C. Yeah. I think that's why I chose C for this one. Yeah. That's what.
That makes sense.
After reading that question, I thought it was the other one when it was apparently the first language one, the second language instead of the foreign language part. Yeah, I read it. I think I read that question wrong then. Yeah.
It can be a difficult question because it's worded weird.
Yeah.
But it's just asking like a second language differs from a foreign language in that what's the difference? And for this, it's a second language is available in the socio-linguistic environment.
Okay.
But for number 4, for the bonus, it gives you different options. Oh no, it's the same option.
Yeah, it's apparently the same question. She just put it again for some reason. It's the same one actually.
Okay.
So that one I got correct. Oh,
Okay.
that one number 4, that bonus I got that one correct instead of that one that 39, and this one's the same. I got the bonus right. The original and the number 39 incorrect. Yes.
Yeah. That was probably just a mistake on her end that she.
Yeah.
Okay. But is that a little bit more clear, the difference between second language and foreign language?
Yeah, and then I want just to make sure that when I'm reading it, the questions, and make sure it is the right thing I'm looking for when answering it. Because at first I was thinking it was foreign language when it was supposed to be the second one.
Mhm.
The wording of the question and make sure it's the right one I'm looking for and when looking at the answers too.
Yeah.
For the
Just,
question.
yeah, just read a little slower, take in every word. It can be tricky, especially because you're under a lot of pressure because it's a final.
Yeah. So she did say on Wednesday that it's gonna be like how the other quizzes and midterm was. To do it, put it up the day before, and then we have like 24 hours to like do it and turn it in the next day on the 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be the same as,
Then it would have a fill in the blank like this one, right? With the definitions kind of. I think the midterm did have that, right? If I remember. The midterm, I remember seeing something like that too. Did she post it here? The midterm is on the D2L. Let me see.
it looks like it's just that. True.
So I think I will kind of struggle with also with those true and false part to kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So language supports thought. You think that's true?
For what I have right here, it's the letter C, and that is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that first one is correct.
Okay, what about number 2? Language requires speech.
I got that incorrect, and it's supposed to be I.
Mm-hmm. You know why it's I?
Language requires speech. When I was looking at it, I kind of thought it was really everything that kind of like, and then it go back to this the second and third one kind of the same, but just the word flipped off the other way. So yeah.
But you know why number 2 is I?
Um, obviously, is correct. Not really.
Okay. So language requires speech. Are there any languages that do not involve talking?
Yeah, there is. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
I don't think there's a sign language, and then those whistlings are kind of a language too, right? Those whistling.
People use other things to talk to each other. Sign language, like you said, there can be whistling languages in
Mhm.
other cultures, but they don't necessarily require speech. Um, so that's why that one is incorrect.
Yeah, this is it.
Okay, what about number 3?
I got that one correct. Yeah, that one was correct. Yeah, that was correct.
Okay, number 4.
Number 4 it was actually incorrect for this. Yeah, incorrect. Oops.
So number 4, that kind of connects to number 2,
Mm-hmm.
where communication requires speech. Not necessarily, because sign language communicates. The whistling communicates to others as well, and they're not speaking.
Yeah.
Number 5.
For number 5, it was correct. Yes, it was correct. Yeah, I think that one, this is the only really question, the only little statement I kind of remember from when she was talking about the speech and language part. That little question kind of popped out more when I was looking at this little quiz. I remember this one a bit more.
Yeah, that one does stand out because I think she's so emphasis on it.
Yeah, that one. When I was looking at this little answer question, it popped up more, and then I kind of remember more. Yeah, this was correct because she did mention those other ones is not really considered speech. Yeah, when during the first little presentation of the slides. Yeah, yeah, that one popped out the most, kind of. Yeah, for the number 5.
Yeah, so yeah, that one's correct. What about number 6?
That was correct. That was correct. And then for the number 7, it was incorrect. It was incorrect here. It was incorrect for this one. It's actually on the other. And the others. Wait.
Okay, that one, I think you just kind of have to remember what.
Because this is somehow I heard the number 8 was correct, but is it? Are they then? Are these sides on the both left side or right? Because I think one of these I couldn't really hear. Are they both on the left side for these areas? Because that first one seems like the first one for sure. I think I heard it was incorrect. But for the number 8 with the other area, they said it was correct, but I'm not sure is it incorrect for the number 8 with the other area. The Wernicke area, is it on the left part of the brain? Because I think I couldn't really hear this question. If it was to make sure it was correct, if it was really correct for that area.
Yeah, they're both on the left side.
Are they both on the left? Yeah, because I wasn't sure if that one both is like the C or on the left or right. Yeah, for that one, the W area. So they're both on the left for this little area.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. Then I got that one right. The number 9, the answer was correct. I got it. This one incorrect. Let's see.
Literalization of language is less defined in infants. You know what literalization is?
Is this the, let's see, is this the one where they, no, not actually, kind of, not really, with that part, yeah, the lateralization, what it really means, I think, I don't really understand with that part.
It says that it's the process by which the left and right sides of the brain processes information differently and control different behaviors. So the tendency for some neural functions or cognitive processes to be specialized to one side of the brain or the other.
Okay. Is it like kind of like their understanding of the language then? And sounds?
Hold on. Okay. Brain linearization is a complex and ongoing process by which different regions of the brain take over the function of specific behaviors and cognitive skills. Linearization literally means that certain functions are located on one side of the brain.
Okay.
Does it say that in your textbook? Does it talk about that in your textbook?
About the language? Let me double check.
About linearization.
Yeah, that should be with the language. Most likely in chapter 1. I think that chapter 1 is really about those language aspects. The brain. Okay.
On some websites, we're like a minute left, but we can figure this out.
Mhm. Hmm. Oh, laterization. Very sure. In the textbook, it says like the development of the brain, kind of. That's really what is during the maturation and growth of the brain. Each of the hemispheres develops certain cognitive functions, and then that is called the laterization. Yeah, and then more brain activity in the left side than the right to the sounds of speech.
Okay.
That's what it is, apparently. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. That it's what was the question again? It wasn't developed in infants yet, or
It's a less defined.
oh yes, yes, yes. That makes sense because when infants are learning language, they take in everything. And then once they hit that certain age, I think it's before or when they turn 1 years old, they
Yeah.
start to learn more about their native language than all the other languages that they hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one she kind of mentioned about that videos we watched before with I think it was this question I think or that number 11. Yeah.
So it looks like we are out of time. Well, was there anything else you wanted to go over?
I think that might be all for today.
Well, are we meeting again next week or?
Um, I have one more for next Friday.
Okay. What did you want to work on for next week?
I think it's just maybe with those reflective those little chapters journal thingies to make sure it's what it is. Yeah, those little journals. Yeah.
To all of them or just?
I think I might see if I'll try to finish both the third and the second one by next week. Yeah, to have everything turned in.
You want to go over reflective journal 1, reflective journal 2, and 3?
I think maybe let's see. We kind of went through with the third one. Maybe with that second one, review over a bit of the second one that will be turning it in also. The second one, the chapter 4 to 7.
Okay. Did you complete it?
I will I will try my best to complete everything that over this weekend and the next few days. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll do reflective journal 2. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you complete reflective journal 3?
With that third one, I am halfway done. I just need to finish my 2 chapter ones. So for the
When did Dr. Mushy stop taking work?
I don't. Oh yeah. No one asked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one asked about that. Yeah. And we didn't.
Email her
Yeah.
because what if she doesn't even want to take it after a certain day?
Oh yeah. No one asked that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is a question. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. That will be a question to ask.
Yes. Email her today if anything.
Yeah. And she didn't mention when was the last day she's willing to accept the late work. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. That is a question to ask. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Ask that question because what if she doesn't take it past Sunday? Because I think grades are due on 12th of May,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
or I don't know if they're due beforehand. Um, but the last day of the semester is the 10th. So ask her, just what if she does stop taking stuff on the 10th?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay.
And
I
then
will ask that.
we'll go from there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next week. Okay. 55.